Okay, so not my usual intro this time. This video is going to be more serious. It's going to be about my mental health journey. So there will be mentions of suicidal thoughts, self-harm, and depression and anxiety. If you don't want to hear about that, you can skip to the second half of the video. The second half of the video will be about affirmations, and it will be show the second part of the drawing. You don't have to watch the first part if you don't want to be triggered in any way, or if you're not ready for that conversation. Just a FYI. So if you can't tell by the intro, this is going to be about my mental health journey. Bear with me. I'm going to try to not to ramble. So let's get it over. When I was in the 5th grade, I dealt with suicidal thoughts and depression. Well, not depression. I hate to call it depression because I've been dealing with depression and I don't think I really understood it when I was a kid, and also my feelings were invalidated when I was a kid. So I'm just gonna say I just dealt with deep sadness and suicidal thoughts in the 5th grade. It was because I didn't really have a lot of friends. The only person who would hang out with me, she would only hang out with me if she was having issues with her other friends. I had issues with the teacher because something like an awkward situation would come up, and when I tried to explain myself, she would never hear my side. So it was just very frustrating. Not to mention some childhood trauma. And I had a very authoritative dad where it was like what he says goes. He was very mean, so it was just a lot. And I was very sad and I didn't understand why. And so I tried talking to my parents about my suicidal thoughts, but growing up in a Christian household, in a Black Christian household, it was very much like, oh, if you commit suicide, you're going to hell. Or you're a kid, you don't know depression, you don't know pain. What are you sad about? So it's just like, okay, gotcha. Can't talk about my feelings. Let me end this right now. So since the 5th grade, I've learned to suppress my emotions, and I don't know how to stop. It just, like, I'll try talking about it. Like, I'll talk about it and be like, okay, that's fine. But dealing with that all in the 5th grade of just like not knowing how to feel and not feeling like I could come to anyone. And because I didn't, and also as a kid wanting validation of like, hey, your feelings are valid, you have some trauma. Self-esteem in high school was at all-time low, as you can expect. I didn't like my voice, I didn't like my weight, I didn't like my face. I thought I was the annoying friend in high school, and I didn't know where I belonged. I thought people only liked me as being the funny friend. So I used a beautiful thing called dark humor to help me cope. But the thing is, dark humor did not help me cope. And also, it was my way of asking for help because I didn't know how to say, hey, I need help. Because I was scared of being judged. I was scared of being judged and invalidated again. So I would use dark humor, like I said, as being like, help me. I'm struggling with this and I need help me. Friends would offer me advice and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. But it's like, you're also a kid in high school. There's only so much they can say. College is where it really took a turn. You know, they say college is the best 4 years of your life. College has been the most mentally challenging years of my life. Yes, I've had some good times. Yes, I've made good friends that I'm deeply grateful for. However, the journey that I've been on with my mental health in college has been a lot. Freshman year, it was fine. I had space, you know, from family. However, it's when I started having depressive episodes where it would just be days where I would wake up feeling numb. Like I knew I had a purpose. I knew I had God, who was my joy, who was my life. I knew I had family. I had a lot of good things going for me. You know, I was salutatorian in high school. I was a good kid, never did anything wrong, but it was just like, I didn't care. I just knew I felt sad. That's it. I'm gonna speak louder because there are a lot of background noises. But yeah, freshman year, it was just like, okay, the depressive episodes of my mental disorder is starting to show. I just knew that I felt upset. And I just wanted to be left alone. I just wanted to feel what I was feeling, which was numb. And that's it. I would tell my mom because she had gotten better about me talking about mental health. However, it was like, oh, you're a woman, you know, women go through many hormonal changes, that's why you feel that way. And oh, it's close to that time of the month, so it's like, okay, there's only so much I can talk to you, so much I can handle that kind of talk. And then sophomore year, all time is when things really took a turn. That's when I would have severe panic attacks every night, 11 o'clock on the dot. And it got to the point where I had a roommate, so I would go to I don't know why, I would go to the roof of the parking garage and have my panic attacks there. I didn't have thoughts of jumping. I just looking out and seeing everything, I don't know, allowed me to feel. I got diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I went to therapy. I got on medication and I was like, cool, everything should be fine now. It was indeed not. The panic attacks still occur. The thoughts were still the same. I tried different medication. Yeah, this is my third time being on medication and I'm not sure. I think this is the third time I happen to make some medication and I'm not sure it's the right one. Because that's also something I struggle with. I'm like, I know it can't fix my heart. I know it can't fix my heart issues. I know it can't fix my trauma. Just like, what can it fix? What should I be expecting? You know, what is a symptom? What is not? And I still struggle to distinguish between the symptom and me, the disorders and me. Junior year was kind of a blur. I'm not gonna be honest. I just remember one significant thing happening. Well, no. I remember November, December / October is when it really got bad because my dad was having his own episodes mentally. He was very sick, and so that affected me, and the suicidal thoughts returned, and I ended up in a psych ward for suicidal thoughts for 3 days due to my dad and some family issues. And I was dealing with those suicidal thoughts because I told my mom, like, I'm an artist. And with the current state my dad was in, I was scared he was gonna destroy my paintings. And so so in my mind, I was like, if he destroys my paintings, which are my therapy, my way of expressing myself, and my mom defends him, I'm going to take my life. I wrote letters to my parents explaining them how hurt I was. And at the end, I said goodbye, which really triggered my thoughts. So I went to a psychiatric ward for 3 days. Honestly, it did not help. It gave me a break, which I needed because I was super busy. I had a lot going on, but nothing was fixed. I didn't talk to the doctors. It was just like, hey, how's your levels today type of situation. Yeah, I never got to talk about the trauma that happened with my dad and his episodes with my family. It's just like, oh, he's not sick no more. We're a big, happy family. So right now I'm kind of checked out with him. Like, I still talk to him. I'm still respectful. Sometimes I joke with him, but overall I'm just out. Like, he's not even saved as dad in my phone. That's a whole nother story. Yeah, senior year, I'm currently a senior. I would say is where the height of my mental, like the height of the low of my mental health has been, because I'm busy. I'm the busiest I've ever been. I'm very active and stuff like that. But like I said, childhood trauma from events that I realized from events that I thought didn't affect me as much, they in fact did. Trauma from the stuff that happened a year ago with my dad, a situation with a guy that made me very uncomfortable. And asking myself, was I the problem? Was I the problem for saying no to him when I wasn't uncomfortable? Or, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Around the beginning of the semester, August to October, the suicidal thoughts were at its highest. I had a plan. I didn't tell anyone about the plan. I told until later on. Also, during this time, I really struggled with self-harm. When I was in the 5th grade, I tried to do some self-harm, but I found a different method in college. You know, as a kid, I would get whoopings. So if I felt something was awkward, if I felt like I did something wrong, I felt the need to punish myself. Like if I struggle to remember something, I would hit the table slightly. But if I, like I said, if I felt like I did something wrong, by, you know, feeling my emotions, by having a panic attack, by not being happy, I would hit my hand against things. My mindset was that, oh, if I'm hurt in my physical body, if my physical part of my body is hurt, then I'll be too focused on that pain to focus on my mental health, to focus on how bad it hurts inside. I went to therapy later, but it was just very hard. I talked to friends about it, but the friends I did talk about it, they kind of made the thoughts worse, in the sense that I was like, okay, I need to be a perfect friend for everyone. I have to be perfect, because if I'm perfect, if I'm the perfect friend, if I'm the perfect jokester, they'll love me, they'll need me, and I'm here. But if they don't need me, if I'm not wanted as if I'm not wanted as much as I think I'm wanted, then I'm just wasting time on this planet, and I shouldn't be here. I can be at rest. I can be at peace. I don't have to deal with all of this, you know? So I told some of my friends that, and they were like, oh, they were trying to give the advice, but the advice they gave was just like not the right timing. It was just like, oh, this is main character syndrome. You know, what if people don't need you? So what? You're just gonna check out type thing. And I'm like, at the end, I was like, okay, if I don't matter as much as I thought I do, if I'm not really needed, then what am I doing here? You know? So it really triggered me. But I still love them. They had the best intentions. It was just not the right time. October, I had some ladies who did not know me, who prayed for me, and that really helped them hearing my story and really hearing how bad my thoughts were. They validated me in a way people had not before, which I really appreciated. And since then, the depression, the suicidal thoughts have not occurred. Thoughts of wanting to do it have not been as intense and not as frequent. But my anxiety has been at all-time high. Because again, I'm still anxious about my appearance. I'm still anxious about my voice, my art. I'm very anxious about my art. I'm anxious about a crush because I feel like I have too much baggage. Turns out he likes someone else, and now they're dating, so I have to see them almost every day, which is going to be hard. I'm anxious because I want to go to counseling with family, but I can't, because I know if I tell them like, hey, all the things I'm dealing with, I don't think it's going to end well, and I'm going to have to move. Well, not move. I'm afraid I'm either going to have to be on low contact or cut contact completely, which I don't want to do, because my mom is my best friend, despite what she has done. And I know that will hurt me in the end, emotionally. But I know I have to do what's best for me. So I have to wait to have that counseling session until like I have a place of my own. So right now I'm just dealing with my trauma, trying to be respectful, you know, and trying not to show my anger sometimes, which is hard. But yeah, my anxiety is at an all-time high. I'm still dealing with, you know, I have 2 disorders I'm diagnosed with. I won't share one of them, but just because you can probably figure it out by what I'm talking about. But the second one is general anxiety, and my anxiety is at an all-time high. I need to talk to someone. I need to talk to my doctor about getting my medication changed, but that requires money, and my account is very, very much in the negative due to having to help out family in some unforeseen circumstances. So yeah, I'm anxious about a lot of things. I just want to share it to people who are currently struggling. You are not alone. You are meant to be here. I thank you for hearing my story, hearing my journey. It is hard, but I'm not just saying this to be nice. I'm not just saying this to be inspirational or just to be cliche, but there are better days. As someone who has been through, as someone who has had some really low lows, I really had some really good highs, so some good days. So there are better days. I hope there are better days with you in the next year, sorry. Thank you for hearing my story. If you have any questions about my mental health journey, want something to comment on, please let me know. I'll try to respond as best as I can, as personally I can, without giving too much information. But yeah, please enjoy the next part of this video, which is gonna have me speaking about affirmations while I'm finishing this drawing.
You are not a problem that needs to be fixed. The bright sun rays do not compare to your beautiful smile. No diamonds or jewels can compare to your beauty. Skies cry because of how beautiful and funny you are. I am very proud of you. You have come so far, and I am very proud of you for that. You are doing the best that you can. You are meant to be here. Your value as a human being is not based on your craft, hobby, or job. You are more than your diagnosis. You are more than depression and anxiety. You are more than your disabilities. You are more than the negative labels friends and family have placed on you. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than your lowest moments. It's okay to not feel your best all the time. It's okay to need space and alone time to recuperate. You are a human being with real feelings. Stop treating yourself like a machine. You need grace. You are not who you used to be, no matter what other people say. You are more than your parents' child. You are more than what they did for you and what they didn't do. Your laugh is contagious. You are a breath of fresh air. Just because people are in different places than you are, it does not mean you are lesser than. Just like how everyone needs care, you need care for yourself. No one can put a number on how much you are actually worth. You are priceless. Don't forget to treat yourself sometimes. It's okay and valid if your self-care looks different from someone else's. There are better days ahead. You are more than what you think you lack. Thank you for letting your light shine. Thank you for letting the world see a beauty like no other. You are more than your trauma. You are more than the bad things people have done to you. You are more than your financial situation. You are not a burden. You are not a waste of space. You are a light. You are a force to be reckoned with. You are stronger than you used to be. You are valuable. You are important. I am very proud of you. Anyone will be blessed to have you as a friend. Be yourself because the world doesn't have another you. Yes, you need to grow, but that does not mean you are not beautiful now. You are capable of more than what you think you are. Don't forget to rest. Your body is not only in need of rest, but it is also craving it. You are more than your insecurities. You do not deserve to be abused. No amount of knowledge you will gain will stop you from making mistakes. Be patient with yourself and give yourself some grace. You are more than your scars. Your value as a human being is more than the place you hold in other people's lives. Just because you are not someone's type or cup of tea does not mean you are not beautiful nor valuable. Treat yourself as you would a friend. Advocate for yourself. You are not an embarrassment. Your normal is not everyone else's normal, and that's okay. You are more than the stereotypes and boxes people have placed on you. I am proud of you. You are beautiful. You are worth fighting for. Your feelings are valid. It is okay if your dreams and ambitions don't match everyone else's. Just because people disagree with you on simple things does not mean you are stupid or worthless. Your natural hair is beautiful. You are more than the mean comments strangers have said to you. You are not alone. Your art is beautiful. I am proud of you. You are more than your circumstances. Accept how amazing and beautiful or handsome you are. You are allowed to feel what you want to feel. You don't have to say yes to everything, but say yes to yourself and your needs. Anyone would be blessed to have you as a partner. I applaud you for the hard work you have done. I appreciate you. Your words and your personality have an impact on people. A cage cannot contain a light such as yourself. Just because you come from a different place or a different culture does not mean you are less than beautiful than other people. You are wiser than you think you are. You are a joy to be around. Asking or receiving help does not mean you are weak. You are allowed to be happy even when everyone else is not. You are allowed to be sad even when everyone else is not. Your boundaries are valid. It's okay to say no, especially if you are uncomfortable. Your feelings are valid. You are more than your past. It's okay to take time to process events that have happened to you. It is okay to grieve friendships you have lost. You are extraordinary. The best for you may not be the best for someone else, and that is okay. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you for staying here. You are allowed to evolve. You are more than the expectations of others. Your perspective is unique and important. Your quirkiness is a beautiful thing. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is room for you in this world. Forgive yourself for things you didn't know or nor could prevent. No amount of lighting and no camera can capture how beautiful you truly are inside and out. Your authenticity is your strength. Your life matters. Your accomplishments should be celebrated. Your self-worth is not based on the perception of others. You are more than your fears. You do not deserve to be mistreated. You should treat yourself with respect. You are more than the ups and downs of life. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Your imperfections make you human, not less than human. It's okay to be confident in yourself and in your abilities. Stop making yourself displeased to make others pleased. You are resourceful and creative. It is okay if you and your friends are at different places in your lives. Just because it took more time to do this task than it took everyone else does not mean you are stupid or a problem. I am glad you are here. Being yourself is the best thing you can do right now. Taking care of yourself is the best thing you can do right now. Just because someone doesn't accept your current self does not mean your current self is ugly. Your skin tone is beautiful. Your eyes shimmer brighter than the stars. I am proud of how far you have come. I am proud of you for doing what others would not dare to do. I am proud of you for being you. I am telling you how proud I am of you because I don't think you hear it enough, nor tell yourself enough. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you come. Be proud of how beautiful you are. Be proud of the hard work you have done. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you were able to learn something from my mental health journey. I hope you feel less alone. I hope that you feel better about yourself after listening to the affirmations, or I hope you learned affirmations that you can speak to yourself on a daily. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments or questions about my mental health journey, please put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. You are important. Thank you for watching.